So just a little disclaimer, you guys are going to be hearing bear noise because it's New Year's Eve and people have been popping firecrackers since like 4 o'clock because they don't have any sense. So I apologize in advance, but that's what we'll be dealing with. And I also have the fan going because it's dumb hot. Anyway, so like I mentioned before, I did some polls on Instagram for you guys to pick what makeup products I will be using today. So that's what I'm gonna do. I didn't make you guys pick everything, but I think I made you guys pick the most important parts. But as usual, lately I've been liking primer water for some reason. I don't know. Probably because it's something that I have sitting around in my room and I haven't been using, so I've been using it. Anyway, I voted if you guys wanted me to do face or eyes first, and you guys said eyes, and I'm so glad that you are not a bunch of terrorists that do your face first. So when I do my eyes first, I always do my eyebrows, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Are you feeling better now that you're closer? I didn't realize how far you guys were. So I'm long overdue for a threading, like long overdue. And when that happens, I like to color correct the hairs that are out of place. Not all the time, it really depends on what I'm doing, because 9 times out of 10 I don't care. But because it's New Year's Eve and I'm going out to a party, I kind of want a very clean makeup look today, so it probably wasn't the best idea to let you guys choose my makeup, but we're gonna make it do what it do. So a trick when you have some hairs that you want to hide, kind of like, you know, the same thing when you're covering darkness around your mouth and everything like that, you wanna use some orange to kind of cancel that out. And again, as always with color correcting, make sure you're using something that is true to you. Like, you don't need an orange that's this dark. This thing's mad janky because I use it all the time. You don't need an orange that is that dark when you're not as dark as someone like me, or, you know, they have lighter oranges. Use orange and other color correcting colors that make sense to your skin tone. Okay, don't just do it because that's what everyone on YouTube and Instagram are doing. You look like a ras, okay? All right. And side note, I don't color correct all the time, and just because someone color corrects, actually, let me not talk for anybody but myself. Just because I color correct doesn't mean that I don't like my complexion or anything of the sort, because y'all be bugging. So I came back and I know y'all thought these brows was done. They was not. I just had to rant for a second. Another thing I personally do not do is conceal the top, because I feel like that gives you, even if you blend it out really well or whatever, it kind of gives you this halo brow look type thing, and I do not like that. Okay, so I'm not gonna do that. Alright, so my brows are done, and you guys said to go in with eyes first. So I asked which eyeshadow palette would you guys like me to use between the Bretman lip palette and the Jaclyn Hill palette. And to be honest, I chose those two palettes because I knew I didn't want to do anything crazy, and I was hoping you guys would pick some colors that I would like. And it wasn't until today It wasn't until today that I realized y'all don't respect me. Y'all don't respect me because everybody voted for the Jaclyn Hill palette, by the way, by Morphe. So, but y'all was picking some colors like, someone said gold, someone said blue, someone said green, someone said bronze, and I'm like, you know what? I could just go with a neutral look and we could try this game again next time and maybe y'all be on the same page because y'all were not on the same page today, okay? So, got this Jaclyn Hill palette. But to be honest, a lot of you picked like bronzy, goldy type color schemes, like aside from you one or two weirdos. So I'm gonna probably stick somewhere I think I'm gonna use this color here, this gold here, creamsicle. I didn't even know this thing had names back here. So I'm gonna use creamsicle, and I'm gonna use this one right here, which is Mink's, I think, and probably the one next to it, which is Hustle. So between this and these two, that's gonna be my main lid color. But first I'm gonna go in and transition with this shade here first. I read these colors backwards. That is so, you know what, whatever, it don't even matter. It really don't even matter what the name of these colors is. Why y'all naming colors? Honestly, why y'all naming colors? Anyway, I'm gonna go in with that color and start this look. I like to pick pretty dark transitions. That's just me. You don't have to do it, it's your face. So what I like to do is dip it in there and then kind of tap it off on a paper towel. And I think this year, like 2019, I learned a lot as far as makeup and things that I like and don't like as far as techniques go. Like just today I was actually watching a YouTuber by the name of, and there are barely any YouTubers that I honestly sit and watch. Like, I can watch Manny, MUA, I can watch Patrick Star, I can watch Tati, and I have a love-hate relationship with Jackie. Like, I've gone through years and learned a lot of what I learned from Jackie, but I had to take a hiatus from her because she was doing the most, and now I'm slowly getting back into, you know, why I liked her in the first place and everything like that. So yeah, those are mainly who I watch. So when I found someone new to watch today, his name is Robert Welch, and I thought he's hilarious, and two, he just has a lot of like tips and tricks and techniques and stuff that I never really paid attention to when I would do my own makeup, and his channel is very informative, so I'm very glad that I bucked up on him. So I say that to say what I learned was, and it seems, you know, so elementary, is like the way you hold your brush. So he said when you want a lighter application of color, you kind of hold the brush at the end so that it's essentially weightless and you're fluffing and you're getting light impact from the color that you're putting on. When you want it more dense, you kind of hold it more like a pencil, more to the root, and you pack, you know. So this is a transition, and although this is a transition color, and although it's a little dark for a transition, because I held the brush towards the end and, you know, did light circles, it doesn't come off as the dark or deep brown color that it really is. You know, it just gives the eye sort of a light smoky effect. Okay, so see that? And I instantly like noticed the difference anyway from how I would do it before. And yeah, so he's great if you want to learn things. Like he's a great teacher. Shimmer, I'm gonna wet the brush, and I just use like my primer water or my setting spray when I wet brushes, because why not? So I'm not doing any cut crease or none of that because I really don't care for any of that today. I really don't. I don't care, and I don't have the patience today. So I'm gonna take that first color probably halfway through the lid, you know, and sing. I never used this color before. This is the first time using it, and I really like it. Yeah, I like this color. There's a lot of colors in here I haven't used because I really don't feel like they're repetitive. I'm sorry. I know review time for this palette was ages ago, but I feel like the colors are repetitive. And since I mentioned repetitiveness, I haven't bought makeup all year. I don't know if you guys saw my original video from last Christmas where I said I wasn't gonna buy makeup for the year. The year is over. I haven't bought any makeup, and I am so proud of myself because I originally didn't want to buy any makeup because I felt like everything was repetitive, and like, you know, people really get drawn in by packaging and things like that, so they feel compelled to buy new stuff. But it's like, sis, you probably already got that shade or something similar in your $8,000 worth of makeup. And like, I have mad makeup. There's really no need for me to be buying stuff all the time, you know. And I'm getting older, and I ain't rich yet, and the amount of money I used to spend on makeup trying to, you know, buy everything when it came out, all the new and things like that, like, I just had like this reality check at some point where it was like, why am I buying this? I have something almost exactly like this at home. So, you know, I made it through my journey, and even now I still don't want to buy anything, so we're just gonna keep on that not buying any new makeup train. Anyway, so I'm gonna keep this like this for now, and I'm gonna line my lid. I didn't ask you guys which liner to use because I only use one liner, and it's the Epic Ink liner from NYX. This is my favorite liner. It's super dark, it lasts a long time, and I just love it. So I'm done with the eyes for now, and I'm gonna go on to the next thing that I asked you guys to vote for, which was foundation. I asked you to choose between the Can't Stop Won't Stop by NYX and the Teint Idole from Lancome. Everyone voted for Lancome, so that's what I'm gonna use. Lancome is actually my favorite. Teint Idole I heard about from Jackie Liner, and that was the first like real high-end foundation that I ever bought, and I'm glad. That was one thing that I'm super glad I learned from her, because that foundation is everything. Like, there have been, you know, more foundations and different brands and everything like that that have come out, and they've been awesome. Like, I love the Fenty foundation. Honestly, Fenty foundation is a staple. I actually really love the ColourPop liquid foundation as well. but this is like OG, top class, never ever gonna be replaced type of thing. I just put on the Studio Perfect Photo Loving Primer from NYX, and that is one of the 2 primers that I use, so I didn't ask you guys to vote on that. Certain things I'm not gonna ask you guys to vote on because I know how my skin reacts to certain things, and I'm not gonna have y'all mashing up this beauty, you know. So like I said, I'm gonna do a little light color correcting today, only because I'm going out, and I mean very light. I'm really not into the caked up super duper glam. Even when I'm doing super duper glam, like, I'm really not into it. So I always color correct in a very light fashion, okay? And then I'm going to do just a little bit on the under eye because I haven't slept in a few days, so they're a little darker than usual. They're not super dark, but they're darker than usual. So I have 2 pumps on the back of my hand of the Lancome, and I like to use like a kabuki type brush. It's really dense. The bristles are close together. I feel that just gives me the best. Like, this is for Morphe, and I don't know the name of this brush. I had got it out of a BoxyCharm, and yeah. So I'm gonna use that, and I'm gonna put on my foundation. Okay. Because I have somewhat oily combination skin, more on the oily side, I'm gonna start in the middle and like drag the foundation out rather than, you know, on the perimeter of my face. And then I do that so that I get more coverage in the center of my face where the oil is, and then I don't need so much foundation on the edge of my face because I mean, I'm gonna be bronzing and all that, so why waste product? I find like about 2 puffs. I find 2 pumps or so, definitely no more than 3 does the trick for me in general, because I don't like that cakey type of look. It just gives me the right amount of coverage, and I still get that flawless natural finish that I like. That's what I like, the natural finish. So 2 to 3 pumps has always been my magic number. Next, I'm not a big baker. I asked you guys to pick a powder for me to use between the Revolution Deep Banana Powder and the ColourPop No Filter Setting Powder. You guys, I'm sorry, No Filter Setting Powder, or is that what I already said? Whatever. I asked you guys to pick between that because I just want just a little brightening under the eye. I'm not putting on any concealer under my eye. I lied. I lied. I'm gonna put a smidgen of concealer under my eye. I'm gonna use the other side of that brush, and I'm gonna dampen the brush just a little bit because that's just something that I do. I'm gonna take these tiniest amount on this foundation brush just to give me a little under eye brightness, literally just a little. And I only want this under my eye, so I'm gonna concentrate it on the under eye area, not on the bottom lid, but just, you know, around this space for a little oomph. One trick that I learned from Robert But with these brushes, you don't want to pull, because all you're doing is moving product from one area to the other with a brush like this. And a brush like this is good for, you know, this type of thing. But what you want to do is hold the brush parallel, like such, and push and move, push and move. So that is another trick that I have learned today. Honestly, I feel like I could get my license after watching his videos. Okay, so you see that is very subtle. It's not cakey, it's not, you know. So I'm not someone that actually enjoys baking. I think it's dumb. I don't think it has a purpose. And I noticed, like, I used to bake, you know, for the sake of baking, because it was the trend, and you know, everyone was like, oh, bake, 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 bake. But I noticed I don't really like my makeup when I bake. I don't. And even when I look back at old videos, I don't like my videos where I bake. But you know, I'm like, that's the thing now, so let me just do it. And then after a while, I mean, I just stopped baking altogether, because it really doesn't make any sense. I noticed my under eye to be very dry and patchy, and you can see like lines of demarcation, and it's like no matter, I would find myself having to go over this area after the fact with my foundation brush, you know, just to give me some type of seamless looking blend, and it was just annoying. So I'm gonna take that ColourPop No Filter setting powder in Banana, and you see how light I have this on here. I'm not carrying these things onto my lower lid, just under the eye. I'm gonna put a light dusting here to set the powder, just to set the powder and give me a little bit of brightness. You see that? I feel like, and I learned that from my boy Robert, and I think it looks a lot better than, you know, things that I've done previously. And then on top of that, like, setting powders, like, I'm gonna have these powders forever, you know. So that's another thing. I'm jumping all over the place, going back to me not buying any makeup for the year. Like, I don't need it. I don't know how people finish setting powders and things like that. Like, what? You're literally acting like a bakery, and there's no need for that, sweetie. There's no need for it, you know. Like, so much like highlighting, I'm not really into the whole contouring thing. I'm more so bronze up my face. I didn't ask you guys which one I wanted to use, because honestly I just forgot, and I only use this. I used to only use this palette from Morphe, the 6PW palette, and as you can see, I usually stuck in this bottom row here, but as you can see, this was a fave. And then I'm late to the train, but I finally ended up trying the Black Radiance contour palettes, and I honestly see why they were raved about. Like, they're a good price, but you also get good pigmentation, and the pans are huge. I think I paid like $6 for this in Walmart, and honestly that's so much bang for your buck. You get a highlight. This is more for like brightening in certain areas. Like, it says to put it in places like your forehead and your brow bone and your nose bridge, and then this is the contour, which is what I'm going to use to bronze. I'm just going to go back and make sure I got any excess of this off of my face. Okay, and this is probably not the right thing to do. I haven't watched a Robert video on it yet, but I like to use my foundation brush. I like to use my foundation brush, like clean it off, and contour with that. It's something I like to do. You know what? I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that because I don't want to hear y'all. I'm actually gonna use the one that I used to do my highlight, because I actually don't even want that strong of a bronze. I just, you know. So I'm gonna hit my forehead, just my usual places, my forehead, especially here and here, because I have a widow's peak in case you ain't noticed, and down the temple and down side of my face, down the jawline. I haven't really got into like contouring my actual jawline and everything like that. I don't, personally, it's not something that I like to do. I don't see a need for it, but yeah. So this palette has been my favorite thing to use to bronze lately, and like, it's so subtle. Like, you can build it, of course, because it gets way darker than this, but it gives me the subtleness that I want, and it's just, I think it's the right shade. It doesn't pull gray either, because as you can see, I'm like quite golden in my undertone, so it doesn't pull gray or make anything look muddled with any foundation that I use it on top of, and I love that. Because not all products are universal with the things that you like to use, believe it or not. Like, they react differently, just thing you learn in science, formulas reacting differently to things, and that holds true with makeup as well. So always keep that in mind. Like, make sure you're paying attention to those things when you're doing your makeup. Alright. So what I did ask you guys next was, what color out of this blush palette did you want me to use? And you guys picked Neo, and that's great. You know what else? I used to use this to bronze too, but it's like super dark. I don't think it's meant for my complexion, to be honest. But anyway, I'm gonna use Neo, and I'm gonna use this Lucky Precision foundation brush. This brush to me is very light, and the bristles are not dense, so I don't think it's a good foundation brush, in my opinion, at least for the way that I like to apply makeup. I use it for blush, things like blush and highlight. So I'm gonna take some of Neo, which is what you guys voted for, right here in the middle, and I'm looking in this and there's no mirror, and put it. I don't like to go in with blush on the apples of my cheeks, because like, I don't think that looks natural, because I'm not smiling all day, like at all. I'm always in resting bitch face, always in resting bitch face. So it doesn't make sense for me to smile and do this. Like, it doesn't make sense. So this is something I always end up putting more towards the lower half of my cheek. So that's enough of that. And the next thing I asked you guys was about highlighter. I asked if you wanted me to use Hustler Baby by Fenty or Precious Petals by Wet n Wild. And to be honest, I was really hoping you guys picked Precious Petals. I love the Wet n Wild highlighters. Oh my god, the Wet n Wild highlighters are amazing. I think I have like 4 of them, and I haven't picked any of those 4 that I don't like. You know how sometimes you have to buy the product and then you get it and then you use it and you don't like it? Like, they are all perfect. Perfect. Ugh, amazing. They're not gritty, and they like melt into the skin when you use them, especially this gold one. I can't remember the name right now, but just absolutely amazing. But you guys voted for Hustler Baby for Fenty, which is fine. I actually really like this one. I only have 2 of these Killawatt highlighters. I have this one and the rose goldish one that she put out. It's like Killa something or whatever. Anyways, I love that one too. So I'm gonna use the same blush brush actually. Wet this a little and go in with Hustle. And I'm kind of gonna follow the same area that I had put the blush on to do the highlighter. Okay. I like to put my highlighter like a little bit in my temples. That's really just a personal thing. You don't have to do that. Like I said, it's a personal thing. So I'm gonna go back into this Jaclyn Hill palette, and I'm gonna take, this is like a denser fluffy brush. I don't remember where I got this. It's nothing special, honestly. It has broken so many times and I had to fix it back with glue. So I'm gonna go into this darker brown right here and just deepen up my crease. I'm not telling y'all the name of these colors because I really don't have time. Just the color from third from the right on the bottom row, because then the colors are even backwards on the back. Like, it doesn't, why, what sense does that make? It makes no sense. Anyway, I'm gonna take that, and the reason I do this after the liner is because I just feel like it gives me more control of the area. Of course, you get more control of the area as you practice, and you know, you learn your face and things like that. But when I'm doing certain colors, especially darker ones, I like to wait to do certain things after I put on my liner. So that's just that. Okay, so, and I just, yo, these freaking fireworks are blowing mine. So I just wanted something subtle. I didn't want to go too crazy. And I'm gonna go back in with that first lid color that I had and just kind of reinforce the color here. Just a smidgen. And same thing with the second one. I am going.
What?
Anyway, so my camera died. Do you guys like when people tell you their camera died and you want them to just come back and act like nothing ever happened? My brother's being a jerk back there. So I went ahead and put on the lashes that you guys voted for. Actually, I'm lying. These aren't the lashes you guys voted for. It's the brand, but definitely not the style. I don't know where they are, but this style is called brown sugar. So, would you move? So all I did was put some of my transition color, swept it across my bottom lash line. And now I'm gonna go in with my highlighter, which was Hustler Baby. I'm gonna put that in my inner corner. Sure. I like to put on my setting spray before I do my lips, so when I'm going to this particular place, I like to use the Hangover from Too Faced. Just a preference. Probably doesn't even really do anything, but whatever. And I like to do that before I put on my Lippie. The Lippie that you guys voted for was the NYX Lingerie in After Hours. I'm gonna line my lips with ColourPop. What is the name of this pencil? Okay. Do they make this anymore? Anyway, when I was younger, I used to be like a fan of the whole super duper matte and long wearing lip. I don't care about that anymore, really. So I always going with like chapstick or something at the very beginning of my makeup so that it already has seeped into my lips by the time I'm ready to put on whatever lipstick or whatever I'm doing. So I'm gonna line my lips with K. And then I'm gonna put on the lingerie. The NYX lingerie line has like mad colors, and I'm sure you can find one, like a nude that works for you or whatever it is that you're looking for. I actually think this was the perfect lip for this look too. And then, because I'm obsessed with lip gloss lately, I'm gonna go in with the Color Icon lip gloss from Wet n Wild and just put it on the top. This is in Pisces. Oh, I'm now realizing that because I have another one and it's called Cancer, so I guess they're named after the... Oh, I have to go get me Aquarius. I don't know what Aquarius looks like. And I'm just gonna pop that in the center and then smack. Speaking of zodiacs, like, I'm so tired of these brands doing their little zodiac things, and when they do Aquarius, they give Aquarius like a blue shade or a gold shade. Like, sis, first of all, Aquarius is not even a water sign, it's an air sign. Like, get your life. Get your life. Anyway, so I just put that right in the center, and bruh, tell me that's not... I can't even stop looking at myself. Y'all did a good job. I ain't gonna lie. Y'all did a good job picking up these products for me to use. I can't stop looking at myself. I might have to do this more often. And these lashes, bae. Let me tell you about Envy Gamore. Only lashes I buy. Only lashes I buy. I don't understand why lashes are like $50–$40. They lashes are definitely not. And they last forever, and they are worth every single penny. Okay, every single penny. I don't like giving out my secrets, but I feel like I need to put y'all onto this one in particular, so make sure y'all take advantage of that. Anyway, so now that I'm done with all the things that you guys have chosen, I'm gonna go get dressed and I'll be right back. All right, so alright, so this is the finished look from the makeup items I let you guys pick. Yeah, I might do this more often. Let me know if you guys like this kind of thing, and I'll put up more polls for you to vote in. So I'm gonna go about my business now. Oh, if you're wondering about my nails, I know you've seen them already, but you know, again, this is Icebox by Stay Pressed. You know, I'm gonna leave the link in the bio. You guys do your thing, support your girl, you know. Okay, all right, yeah. So happy New Year, everyone. Stay safe, stay blessed, and yeah, bye.